Would you advise omuntu yenna omuna Uganda abeera wano mu Dubai okusomeseza omwana we wano?
Yes, 100%. Well, I'm so sure people have seen Faiza. So she's a true definition of what a child is studying abroad and what a child is studying from Uganda.
Omwana asomere Dubai nga muna Uganda. N'omwana asomere Uganda. Owe Dubai biki byasinga ku mwana asomere Uganda?
Exposure.
Nga mwana wankuba kyeyo.
Exposure. Omwana asomere Dubai ayina exposure. They are exposure in a way that, first of all, she has met all other nationalities. She knows them, how they relate with things, you know. She knows what, like, what is an AI. She's using it in class already. They're using like computers to study in class. She is so exposed. Uganda. But at the same time, like omwana also, it depends on their brains. But me, I would give you a very good train up a child. So when Faiza came, yes, train up a child. Like I started seeing changes immediately. I look at myself and I look at my child, how we were studying then, because the you know, I used to get distinctions. But I look at her, like when she comes back home and the stories she tells me about school, I feel like there's a lot I missed. I would never interfere between Sinta and Vibes' marriage. Actually, I was one of the people who wanted them together, and he knows and she knows properly. Try better. Because I looked at their couple, and you know, me having that I have the fact that I have a child, I've seen that, I've passed through it. I take a scan who did Umaru. Just like what Vibes, he didn't understand my perception. That is still a corner now we are opposite to have him before. In the name of Sanga, I didn't go to Mustaja Mufumbo. Going up your collar. Sister, I can nega Mukazibo.
Oyine mizibu ojo mwana gwashiri.
Sister, I can nega Mukazibo.
Nze sikuma byama.
Unless unless that chimogamba nga tuli mu TikTok live, unless inga bawo mulabe no mukazi nga ina sirimu. Nga it is ndi assured nti amwina ogenda afangena gamba mwana. Ate sigera gamba na sita, I'm gonna tell it to you your face. What you're doing is not right. This you should get gamba, but I wouldn't even interfere. But you know that drama was in between cast promoter. Cast taga just was a sort of sentence zange. Kati nateka mwe bigambo you know with Vibes. Me, I never had any issue with Vibes, and I've always.
But I think now muli okay, yeah.
Okay, I've always liked him as a brother.
Is a chairman community ya Dubai ntono.
Yeah, I've always liked him as.
Ate mwa ababiri mu Dubai wano mukola kinene nnyo.
You wish to get me, I've always liked him as a brother. So we now was go take kati ye barista just yeah. It's just like umanyi bandwagon. The school that Faiza goes to, it's about 8 million. Me, when I compare,
Faiza sumeriya million.
Yeah, 8
Omwaka
annually. So me, if I look at Uganda, for example, my other niece, they're studying from Hungry Caterpillar. Hungry Caterpillar is very expensive. I saw like part-time school fees is 4.5 million.
Yeah.
So kati nagena nentula wansi nze nali ntia nange okuleeta omwana wange nentula wansi buli mwezi osindikira mwana 5 ewaka. I know parents do that.
Yeah.
And then there is also school fees, but I'm not saying it depends where the child is staying. It depends. What your mwana asomera Kampala, what your mwana asomera eri mu kyalo, those are two different things, you know. So mwana ngari mu Kampala is almost 1 point something. Kati you look at it, is no expense over ngo wereza 5 buli mwezi. Simanyi birthday tu sato wereza sendeza birthday, you know. You look at it into okolachi, you're removing a lot of money whereby you can actually use that money when you are here.
Ate ozono nangu mwana otoli naye.
Ate ozono nanga mwana otoli tomuyina. Kakati nze nachibala we bati umanyi buli muntu ayine engeri gyatutunamu. When I came to the UAE at first, I never knew I was going to stay here for so long. When reached a time, I'm like, okay, now I feel like I'm officially here. So if I'm officially here, why I'm not with my child?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nkubuzako inajo sinziro kuberanga otulaba amanyanga bulijjo nze Umaru Katumba tusinzira Dubai wo tusinziro kuberanga tubawereza but olwaleero tuli Sharjah wano Sharjah yeah tukyaliddeko omukyala by names of Ashiri Quality. So lero gwe tugenda okubanga tuwayamu this time round ekintu nakikyusizaamu ngezaako okukyalira abana Uganda ewaka lwaki njagala okukyusa mindset y'abantu naddala abali e Uganda baina nnyo endowooza nti abantu abali e Dubai bonna basinga obungi basula mu bed space. Abantu abali e Dubai naddala baana ab'obuwala beetunda. So njagala okugezaako okusiga ekifaananyi ekipya maaso g'abantu nti e Dubai waliyo abantu nga tasula mu bed space nga basula bulungi bali very comfortable. So because abantu balina endowooza nti okufuna obulamu obulinga buno olina kugenda Canada, olina kugenda America, which is totally wrong. So as for today tuline Ashiri, CEO Ashiri Tours and Travel. So gwendi nayo nako olwaleero bwe tugenda okunyumyamu. Nja kusaba obuze ku bantu. How are you?
I'm okay.
Oli bulungi?
Ndi bulungi.
I can see. But olede kusalamu. No, you are always healthy.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amanya agange. Ashili. Hadija. Taka gona okamanyi.
Sina kye sitamanyi. Buli kikwatako.
Bamuyitani.
Bamuyita Haji Kimala tukilekera aza. Tukirekere ku Haji kiba Kimala. Tata wo si Haji.
He's not a Haj.
And you also had a dream okwesimba we Palisa. Ebusia. Olaba nti ebintu ebisinga byonna bimanye bikwata ko.
Wanda byo musajja mumukubye nnyo kati nange ntandise okutya.
Olina kutya. Muzungu alina akantu kaga regardless you move on.
Regardless.
How is your life in Dubai?
My life in Dubai, I think it can I say it's improving every day.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Kumanga, like if I look at myself like where I started and how I am today, I feel like my life is a step ahead every day.
I can
of
see.
course, more challenges. Yeah, and you know whenever money comes, more challenges come.
Yeah. So actually ono tubadde tuludde okulabagana however much tubadde tunyumya twakolako interview I think like some 2 years back.
Yes.
Yeah. So but nyina byenkwemulugunyamuuko tewampita olina ebinkolo gy'okozaawo tewampita kunika tewampita ku divorce. Yeah, this kale nika bwe yandinsubye ku divorce nandibaddewo.
Ate olaba omukolo gwanika kati lwakuba kati nesula omanyi ddiini omukolo gwanika bagamba ekiseera ekyo kyennyini wino gwanguya, there's no wasting time.
Ng'omusajja tanneekyusa.
Si musajja mukazi alina okwekyusa era musajja kati
alina kuzina abasajja beekyusa. Nyina mukwano gwange omwana namusanze ng'atambula naye naye gw'otambulako ddi nebbaawo n'aŋŋamba ntambule naye nanyini yajja amukayanire.
Okitegedde ekintu ekyo
amuleka waka.
Iye ate n'ekirala kati omukolo gwa divorce mu Busiraamu mulwala bagamba haya like okubeera like toyina ate kikola chi advertising.
Yeah.
You know, you're not supposed to celebrate divorce. You're not supposed to feel like it's something good because Allah condemns so highly about divorce.
Yeah.
So stitch it chingino kwe ngambe uma no msajja twechaya saka no chitwala stede no beramu edazo myezi 3 nga tofuluma no malirize emikolo no gamba alhamdulillah
tugenda tukawo
nera nsonyo okuberanga siku
chimala tugenda tukawo. Anyway, so buli wali njagala okalire tuline Ashiri tugenda kunyumyamu. So Ashiri, the reason as to why nzize wano today abantu bana Uganda bangi bawangalira mu Dubai wano bayina bye bandyagadde okumanya, bayina bye bandyagadde okubeera nga beeyisa but ebiseera ebisinga tebalina idea. And mostly olunaku lwaleero njagala tunuulire what it takes okusomeseza omwana wano. Like omunauganda ali eyo alina omwana we ayagala okubeerako wano naye agamba akati ate bwe naamuleeta wano agenda kusoma atya wano mu Dubai. So kyetaagisa ki?
First of all, I'm so impressed when you look at the years that we came to this country, that is around Zenaja 2015.
Yeah.
Bana Uganda baliti balina abaana wano. Nga tola bana mwana muto like around. We even used to think like having a child around here is not allowed. And like at the hours, you know, when kugamba how many kind of visas I've done for kids, you'll be impressed. So, okubera no mwana ono mu UAE, it's not something hard. Ate nechirala. Me, I always tell women who are here and they can afford, it's the best thing to do. Because omwana akula bulunako, ate omwana achuka bulunako. There are some weird characters that you have to see for your child by yourself. You have to correct them. Zenyumbani face every day, but again we laugh every day, you know. So it is very, very easy to have a child here. First, it takes a residence visa. omwana ayina okubeera under resident visa. So it depends on the state gy'obeera. Oba obeera Dubai, visa yayo is very friendly, by the way. Obeera Sharjah, the visa is a bit difficult, but it's also friendly. The only difference is obanga lese ori investor no muntu wa bulijjo.
Yeah.
You know. So oba ori investor omwana oyina omuterayo umusingo gwa million 3,300.
Ngogenda kola visa y'omwana.
Ngogenda kola visa y'omwana. Kati ze buli banka ngenda kola visa ya Faiza nteka ko 3,000 dirham. But this money is refundable when you change this visa to another visa. For example, kati ubo uji cancel nize obo ujivuddemu obo ino ufuna
kati kamusalimu kati n'ekirimi. Wano wobero yagala okubeera n'omwana wo mu Dubai. Naye kenyina alina okuba ne visa eyiye. Alina
okubeera ne visa. Omwana
tosobola musa ku visa yo.
Anti kati abeera under you but visa iye. You understand? Nti ugwe Umar kati gwe taata mukyala wo kati gwe visa ogiteka under you kati ku visa yo oba ogenda ku applyinga visa ku Amal Center. These are services that are done there. Okwa batabasinga akwata nagamba Ashley nkolera you can do for me but omuntu asobola okwekolera oba ayagadde. So kwata kati ama ijja kusaba marriage certificate, birth certificate y'omwana, kafanani, passport copy, then ne ejari. Ejari ye chibayita house contract.
Yeah.
What would you know? So take a code dewa. At your man, so I'm going to talk about Uganda in this same process. And it's actually cheap.
Najore dengali ku visa.
Yeah. But about visa and ka entry permit kama nangari we look 100 like 470. Then what waingira jukira change status the baba jikuze automatically. Kadi okora Emirates ID mwana takola medicals. Emirates ID then stamping.
Omwana omuto kati ngo omwana wo gobero muleta wano mu Dubai okufuna visa tichimwetagisa kola medical.
Takola medical mwana muto.
Duachi.
Because medical, there are some critical disease like HIV/AIDS, hepatitis B, you know, ne chest. Just to see what you call it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you limit a child?
Ate bwababi ina.
Simanyi ngirije bachikola muna ndoza bo balowooza nti omwana omuntu abatasobola beera nabyo singa waffe tumanyi omuntu basobola omuzaala. You know, so that's it. Kasita omwana omukolera like a resident visa ye ogenda ku somero, for example, no musabira admission form. No, now schools vary with school fees. When it comes to Dubai is very expensive. Like Dubai as a state. Yeah. Nze nali simanyi nti masomero ga Dubai gari expensive okusinga ga Sharjah ne Ajman. Era kasita nakitegeera
noga kaweberere Sharjah.
Yes, nakitegeera no, leave alone about housing. We're still coming back, how can you stay with a child here? So to show what our fake, we selected Sharjah because Sharjah is family friendly. First of all, anybody knows at least better, you know, their family like you family oriented. First of all, at least also they are affordable. I can't say cheap, but they are affordable.
Yeah.
So often a 1 bedroom, like let's say at 101 February cream, it's like cream of Sharjah. Well, also often like let's say 32, 33 1 bedroom. Then like nenga erikati ngal nada park usolo kufunanga 26 22 1 bedroom kati obola bezo kati for example kati ngenda kubalira omuntu nga gwe ne mchala wo nga mubeera wano gufuna omusala gwa 10 mchala wafuna omusala gwa 13 musobola raising a family yamwe because look oba mugambe kati 12 mugenda sasula nyumba mufunye 1 bedroom. Of course 1 bedroom tusaga mambo ogenda jibera mweka usolo gamba eno ntute deal. The other room I'm rating it, you end up paying like 1,200.
Sure.
After that, go on and move. So here they even give you a choice whereby you can even pay school fees per month. Like let's say the school that Faiza goes to, it's about 8 million. Me when I compare
Faiza sumeriya million.
Yeah, 8
million.
Annually. So me if I look at Uganda, for example, my other niece, they're studying from Hungry Caterpillar. Hungry Caterpillar is very expensive. I saw like per term school fees is 4.5 million.
Yeah.
So kati nagena nentula wansi. Then I didn't ntiana gyokuleeta omwana wana. Nentula wansi. Buli mwezi osindikira mwana 5 ewaka. I know parents do that.
Yeah.
And then there is also school fees, but I'm not saying it depends where the child is staying. It depends. What do you want to somewhere Kampala? What do you want to somewhere Muchalo? Those are two different things, you know. So Manangari Kampala is almost 1 point something. Kati you look at it, it's no expense over there go where is every time over the mwezi. Somebody birthday to start where there's a birthday, you know. You look at it into Okolachi, you're removing a lot of money whereby you can actually use that money when you are here.
Ate ozono nango mwana otoli naye.
Ate ozono nanga mwana otoli tomuina. Kakati nze nachibala bati umanyi buli muntu ayina engeri yatutunamu. When I came to the UAE at first, I never knew I was gonna stay here for so long. Yeah. When this time, I'm like, okay, now I feel like I'm officially here. So if I'm officially here, why I'm not with my child? Never do mutunga ya ina any mentality. I'm going back home. Oh yeah, are you okay? Never kubanga mwana akula every time. Buli wakula obo missing stages. That is the audio stages and I'm missing as mwana wange. Gari 8 months from because I left her when she was 8 months. From 8 months to 2 years. Na missing at that time. That is some between just the Sara. Nesta was no mwana wange mmanyi buli chimu. There's nothing that I don't know. No one can tell me. Because of Uae Naye. So it's actually affordable. Me, I would say it's affordable, but according to what you are earning. Then that's not affordable for you. Like let's say muri family and muri hardworking and you have a vision, you know what you want. It's actually very easy. Omar, where you educate your child is very important. There are connection phases people don't know this, but it's very important. Abana high school. Most of them where I've reached today. You understand? Hey Zena, how are you? I don't know if you know that girl, she's a poet. You understand? So if I show you my connection and how I've become Ashley, I have so much hands in me that self-made. Zena introduced me to Doreen introduced me to MC Cats. Like you see that the chain that goes through there. Like so and so introduced Omana, like the way where they study, it's also very important. So, exposed.
Question. Would you advise omuntu yenomna Uganda bira mu Dubai okusomeseza omwana yowan?
Yes, 100%. Well, I'm so sure people have seen Faiza. So she's a true definition of what a child is studying abroad and what a child is studying from Uganda.
Omwana asomere Dubai ngamna Uganda. No mwana asomere Uganda. Owe Dubai bichi byasinga ku mwana asomere Uganda.
Exposure.
Ngamwana wankuba kye.
Exposure. Omwana asomere Dubai aine exposure. They are exposure in a way that first of all she has met all other nationalities. She knows them how they relate with things, you know. She knows what, like, what is an AI. She's using it in class already. They're using like computers to study in class. She is so exposed. Uganda. But at the same time, like Omwana also, it depends on their brains. But me, I would give you a very good train up a child. So when Faith came, yes, train up a child. Like I started seeing changes immediately. I look at myself and I look at my child, how we were studying then, because the you know, I used to get distinctions. But I look at her like when she comes back home and the stories she tells me about school, I feel like there's a lot I missed. Subtraction, and I'm so sure this is not happening to most of kids in Kampala. You know, like in her class, there are about like 7-8 streams. There is no space in class. I think about 18-15. Why? Because,
space.
Yes, because they create that space for kids to understand. For them, it's not about teaching, but it's understanding. Please change your handwriting. If I show you Faiza's books right now with her handwriting, you'll be impressed. Like she's streamlined. Like her misses whatever marks is 2 out of 2, 10 out of 10. Like every time these are the marks, and I'm so sure it's not only happening to her, it's all the kids in class. Like for them, wakatuina ngombe jegamba like ponava some. You understand? UPE, yeah. But here it's, I don't know, because of the money we pay, I don't know if it's that or because it's another standard, it's a first world country, but there's a way I'm impressed. like she was studying with a child who comes from the United States of America. Now do you see that exposure?
Yeah.
Nti America already
has all chances okubanja asobola kugenda kufuna visa ya America.
Already nenda si okufuna chance ya visa ya America, but already achitegede effect wabanga Kampala nga Filipino tubalabe mu movies.
Yeah.
Era nga tuli mu love nga tuga mu Filipino. Mu Filipino yakasinga love wajja wa impression gichidi wafuna ku Filipino.
Tuvuma sola kagala. Buino
babagala kulopalopa omuyindi ukimanyi omuntu ali Uganda sawa zino alaba omuyindi amulabanga kyabbe tutumala baki
bulijjo pattern bweta kula
now you understand the exposure phase that is getting right now kati kugamba bona relatives nabo abalabi like how are they, and so when she's going to face the world in the future she's certainly that these people are just normal like us and she can even be better than them. If she was able to be the 15th in the whole country, that means she can beat the world in Uganda. When already ari equal nabo nefe tukuze tubatia tuga omuzungu wakabi.
So kati bomala okusomeseza omwana wano kati nga Feiza asomedde wano bwamala emisomo, and then at the end of the day obulamu bwe agenda butambuliza Uganda tebumukalubirire.
First of all, I don't think my child is going to be in Uganda.
Really?
Yes, I don't think so. I don't know what God has for me, but it is not in my plans. Mwana wange aja kudde Uganda anonye emirimu. With the way I see her and the narrative, ayagala Uganda. Of course, we all love our country, you know. But the ambition I see in her, like the way she wants to do things, I don't feel she has that.
She's thinking beyond that.
Yeah, because if you see, like right now, like they ask you, like right now she has a lot in her head. You ask her, what do you want to be? Oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a model. You know, I want to, like, I know you to be the Biagamba Budika, but I'm so sure she's not going to be any of those, you know. But again, with the line of things she's talking about, she cannot push them through in Uganda, you know. So mulabamu a lot, and I feel like she can't handle the Ugandan system.
Okay, kati njagala muna Uganda tulabe eyo ategere process y'okusomeseza omwana wano. So bw'otunula back in Uganda tusomera mu zitamu. There is first term, second term, third term. Wano bakitambula kiti.
It's the same thing. Nabo bayina terms, like, but never zita. I think they call them like the university one semesters. It's the same thing bayina terms.
Mwaka zibera mwemeka.
Zibera statu eranza ngala bulijjo.
So bw'otunula Uganda tulina okuva ku P1 paka ku P7.
Kati wano batandika ku first grade and then until there's until 9th grade and then until 12th grade.
So myaka 12. So chokanga ate Uganda omuntu wasobola okuva ku P1 paka P7 myaka 7. So kati wano omwana alina okusoma emyaka emirala 12.
Basoma 12 years, like it's at 12 years, but they do their final years at I think grade 8. Grade 8, that's when they do the final years. Then bamaliriza until 12th grade baba maze.
Ngate nekindagati ni yagisoma.
Nekindagati ngate yo inokutandika no wansi like bagita KG. Yeah, KG 1 2 3. Yeah, then after
Katole musomera bamazemu emyaka emeka.
I think it's definitely 12 years.
No, anti katwani yatandikira ku grade 1 paka ku grade 12. Is it 12 years? Kati bogatake emyaka gya kindagati.
Kindagati zibira start to stage, KG 1 2 3.
Shegeza ino kumala emyaka 15.
It's KG 2.
Okay. Yeah, phase abadde atucorrectingamu. So agambye zibera KG
2. Yeah.
So mukindagati nyamala emyaka
2, yeah.
Then wano mu grade namala emyaka 12.
Yeah, emyaka 12.
So kati waungo muzadde mba spending nnyo.
I mean, Omar, we all spend in different ways.
Yeah.
But me, I think spending, like teaching your child in a first world country is like it's more of investing in something better. Because uchimanya nti mu Uganda to investing ku education needed to manage chichechi dako.
Yeah.
Kati njagala ompulireze nasoma mawulire ganyamba chitero.
Toina wadde wali osasi. Nebo gasaka toina woga tu.
Nagera ne kubuke de wangoba.
What are you talking
I'm a news anchor, by the way. I specialize in reading news.
Okay.
So like having the fact I grew from Kenya. It is the BBC London. If they ever met me, you get my point. It's the exposure that we miss out. Like Actually, I want to go for BBC London. I have a lot of friends who can connect me. People like Kasim Kaira who left, Okay. It's just a mere walkover right now, but it's too late. Joanne, there's a time I said, like, our education system is it's a scam in a way that nchibiriving anti okusoma degrees try to know this omanga tumaze already to the field. You understand? Right now, when I came to Dubai, I started studying a lot of things. So I was in a degree in in business administration.
What is something in Dubai?
Like something in Dubai, but online, not in class. Yeah. But you can imagine, like, did I know I was going to be a business person? No, I didn't. I just knew I wanted to do mass communication. I knew I can talk too much. I knew that's the world I'm going to follow.
So you know that you talk too much?
Yes, I do. My grandmother, younger banga, ni mama wage. Nakuzosita yogera nyo. Ensi yankuba. That's the funniest part, is the world shapes you. Mu Swahili by night duchebagamba ne bagamba.
Sitakuwaza nitakutoka.
Hapana. Bagamba asiyefunzwa na mamae ufunzwa na ulimwengu. A person who was not taught by their mother will be taught by the world. Yeah. So the world taught me. So when they used to tell me, oh, Katyo, uyogera nyo, silikako, umkasta yogera nyo, I never used to understand that. We are actually, people get our mistakes through our talking. Whenever you talk a lot, people don't take you serious. You understand? We know kumanya wokoma when it comes to talking, and when you talk a lot, you end up talking about.
Era bagamba nti omuntu abamugezi nga tannayogera. Kati bwasituka nayogera bagamba mukazi oyo bulijjo ndabanga ategeera.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kati, that's it. So I believe like people actually okugenda okale okusoma, they would know like already bari mu the world. That's why I was saying my child at the age of 18 years, I want her to go out there and start working. Yes. In the era 18 we want to face again I'm for interviews at Emirates. I know Tandika.
America being crew.
I know kunonya ba Emirates over where over Omaroja kwena ne company tekayo atandike. Why? From her working, she's going to know what exactly she wants. You understand? Because now she'll be, I want to be a model. Oh, I want to be this. She wants to be a model because she sees almost all my friends are models. Yeah. I'm also into Miss Uganda UAE. So I think she gets that. We should take it. Inspiration. So I want her to explore the world. And the feeling. What the feeling and then stick at genda. What she wants.
Thank you. Tudeke mabega katini. Wagambye nti okusomeseza omwana mu Dubai wano. Like fees ze omwaka ziba million nga 8.
It depends. Different Emirates, different prices.
Okay. So centers boba charging mwaka.
Eba charging mwaka. Let's say kati Woodland Park Dubai. It is 25,000 and above.
The cinemaker.
Million abili mu 5. Omwaka.
The fees is
yes. Wali amasomero gari wano shadi. I know some Ugandan parents. Masomeza shadi. It's about 7,000. And also school fees differs according to classes.
So no, my question is, centers inaweza sura lumu.
No. No, you don't. If you decide what you want.
Okay.
Osolo okusagama nze sasula mwezi, nze sasula term, nze sasula after, it's you. But of course they will be sending you emails reminding you about school fees. So
bodire ingo kusasula school fees ingo someseza omwana wa Dubai bamugoba oba?
Bamu stopping odusi.
Basi temuchima.
Basi bamugamba like they send you an email and tell you this day she shouldn't come. Sometimes katingesi media phase they can even tell you go to the library and sit there. But that's there. I think that they had a new principal, so she brought this new new system. Na still nyonga Uganda ngije bakugoba nwe.
Uganda someone get in
I am so thankful. I never went through that situation. I had a very organized father. And Allah had blessed him so much. Nera nange nali mugezi nafunanga scholarship okusoma ya girls.
Wafete byali byangu. Nga twasenku fizo bazibuze ya senku. No ya senku z'abaana zibagenda ofumbisa obuugi. By the way kankubuze. Kati wana abaana laba bakuba singa bagudde waka. Nga bwe kiri e Uganda.
No.
Ebibonerezo wano kibaki komera.
Tewali.
Omwana wa Dubai bwagwa waka tibalina kibonerezo kyonna kibamuwa.
Tewali.
Bamulangira busiru bwa jjajjawe.
They don't even do that. It is out of discussion. They just train you how to do it. They talk to you. they don't even call to ask to tell you about anything. But when you go for these PTA meetings, or for example, you Dubai PTA meetings now that day, they call you like how your child is progressing, what is your child missing, you know. But I'm so thankful, like whenever I have those ones, like they do also board you like this Google meetings, you talk to the teacher, she tells you about the child and what the child is going through. What are you experiencing as a family? That's it. You know, they tell you your child, that I complained last time, I was like, Faiza is not doing good in French. And then the teacher was telling me, no, she's going to do good. She didn't do one exam. I wanted them to remove that subject. Distinctions everywhere, but French is not good. They're like, no, she's doing good. I think teacher are encouraging.
Anyway, so Ogambye okusomeseza omwana wane Dubai kiri so peaceful, like gwenga go chipindinze so peaceful.
Yeah, me I found it peaceful.
So challenges chizolaba. Zoyita mungo omuntu okusomeseza omwana wane Dubai.
Time.
Obudde.
Omuntu nga like let's say we shifts up and about. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
You come back very tired, you know. Like me, my job is stressful. You find out as Ayiga Kunyumiza yeah, so it's time is very, very, and then also another thing, a child also doesn't get the exposure of, like, let's say it's very hot nowadays. So it makes a child stay indoors, you know, like as much as I want her to get related with other friends of hers, there are also kids who have bad characters around. So as a parent, you have to be like on look with Kasera. And when you have a smart child, it's also very worse. There are very many apps that are very bad. So because the one are indoors, we're no more restricting. Apps so Roblox, like there's a point I felt like the only option for me was religion. Like every time I was preaching, about this and you know, so so like really like a child here, I better expose them maybe to, you know, go be money, homosexuality, you know,
kati omuntu asomeseza omwana wano mu Dubai, like obuzibu bwafuna nti abera n'abayizi banna abalimu ebyo ebintu bya homosexuality.
So it's you to teach your child and to enlighten her about it. But the fact that me I have a child who is so open-minded. So one time when amusanga waliyo mwana yali amukwana ku app emu nemugamba mwana olangamba neze already nalindi manyi
nga muwala munne
ngambozo oina muchala kati nemugamba ugambe wali obimanyi wabirawa nangamba
omwana wange yagamba mwana wange yali amukwana
nze nabiraba ngoma ingawe kugamba nze supervising like
njagala abatulaba abantu bategere bulungi because not everyone nkyamanye emyaka gya Faiza amanye emyaka gya muwala wa alina emyaka emeka?
Alina emyaka 10.
So wamusanga nga alina mwana munne muwala
nga bogera ku Roblox, wali app gye bayita Roblox, ng'omwana abuuza oyina girlfriend
kyokka ne gwabuuza muwala kitegeeza
onamugamba nedda namugamba nze mbadde nkwagadde, onamugamba nze ebyo sibikola. Kati we nabiraba n'entya ng'omuzadde bikiri ne panikinga ne mutuuza wansi ne mugamba tulina byogerako ne mugamba what Allah talks about shitegera obimanyira
n'obuvumirira ebisiyaga
abantu
n'obikube ekikono
ojja kusonyiwa ababikola naye nga ffe mu ddiini yaffe it is very, very clear. Allah says it
so ekintu ekyo tekyakubawala nnyo n'okaaba ng'omuzadde?
No, tekyankubawala. Just nafuna strength okiraba nentuuza wansi ne mugamba the prophet says he has been cast upon anybody who pretends to be a man and a woman who pretends to be a man. So this is out of discussion. Forget about this. Close this chapter.
Not understanding.
Yes, and I understand it actually. Yali so emotional nakaba kati nezamu ne mutuza ne mubuza bine ebintu wabida wanangamba kusomero. Wali abana babikola.
Kusomero gyasomero?
Yes.
Nga wali abana nga bato nga beeyagala.
Nangamba wejje bali abana babikola bikiri mugamba okay ne mugana naye we know kumanya fe first of all
nga n'abasomesa babikiriza wano mu Dubai
simani oba babikiriza whatever bimanyi oba babimanyi I don't know neye nga iye just ya Omar enaku zino omwana ayina emyaka 10 tomuyita mwana muto
aba afuze
ajja n'akugamba n'okugamba ayinayo crush
ku myaka 10
Omar abaana tebaza bali abaana baffe nga tukyali bato abaana banaku zino balalamu mukwano era otandika okwetereza buli kaseera omulaba agendawo akola ki sife our mindset were kind of different je nkugambye those are the part of the problems nti omwana abeera indoors kati abeera indoors abeera alaba bino ebintu these kids are exposed nenagambe Omar n'otula wansi nefeiza ayinza okuyigiriza by'otamanyi
kati kitegeeza olina okuba nga oli soba gwenga maani
ate kati uyinza kati tell me a person who is actually working for example in Alshire 12 hours she's back she's stressed she's tired she wants to shower and rest and cook you know
agenda tula dino omwana we
so that's a challenge you know another challenge I would say ndogende ku mikwano right yeah another challenge I also say nti also I think generally those are the few.
As long as you are financially stable.
As long as you're financially stable.
But
financial stable, no one can actually be financially stable. Even Elon Musk is still looking for money. It is you reaching a certain point in life and saying,
dissatisfied.
I'm not satisfied. I am moving on with this. I'm moving with this. You can never be satisfied. I don't want to be satisfied. Abera mwavu.
Takulakulana. Mulimu abantu ng'ensi temwemazaamu. Nagamba nze teri yantu mabugagga.
Every day, Omar, your mind has to work for better. Chibola bangamba most of the time. Omulimo gwa security. Goody, it's a scam job. It makes you sit in an area just thinking nothing.
Really?
I've been there.
Chembuza yegwe kangusoka ombuli. Security wamala mbanga chi.
Nambalamu I think like 4 years.
Oyinache wakola mno gamba nti sente ze nakunganya mu security nakola mu kine Uganda.
Yeah. I'm very good at saving. Ate ninzo kugamba nti wenalinga achali mu security na saving anyo n'okusinga ebya visa. Soko je ku gas.
Tutandika bintu byebi. Bwalinga okola mulimu gwa security nga bakozesa. Wafuna amagoba mangi okusinga kati ngokola ebya visa. So chinyonyole nchitegere bulungi kinnemye okudigestinga.
Omar, when you are an owner of an establishment, you have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
You might wake up in the morning, you have 50,000, and in the evening, you have 0 in your account. Why don't you money? Whereas, a man is security officer, because I used to work for one company and then they took a seranga and I was a supervisor. So when you reach that time, umanye kuminyazo zigenda kubera mu account. I'm a girl. Someone will give me money.
Yeah.
Someone will give me money for hair. Someone will do this for me. So like literally, you will not spend a lot of money. So there is just zibera ku account yange steady. It's too able to see. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much. Tuline Ashiri Tours and Travel to Sinzido and Sharija when Sinzido kuberanga mbawereza manyanga bulijjo nze umalukatumba atwali tugezaako okutunuulira process ey'okusomeseza omwana wano mu Dubai like nga bw'abinnyonnyodde. Of course I know muyinayo questions ze muyina okubanga mwebuuza but feel free oziteeke mu comment section tujja kulaba engeri gye tukuddamu. Nja kujjukiza ne bannaffe aba Zamzam for Imports and Exports bali mu Saudi Arabia basaabaza ebyamaguzi okubijja Saudi Arabia okubeera nti babitwala e Uganda ate ku miwendo emitono. Ne nkujjukiza ne bannaffe aba Brain Train dino ssomero lisangibwawo Uganda ekinaawa ku Rebandwe bakutegeeza nti balina ebyenjigiriza eby'omulembe ate nga balina bamanyina bulungi enkwata y'abaana. So Ashiri, okay.
Will you tell the guy I didn't come? I don't have cash. Tell him to come tomorrow same time.
Alright, Ashiri, being that you live here in the UAE, wangala ne bana Uganda abenjawulo. Bade njala tunulireko ku sector ya depression, like how you handle depression gwenga gwe. The fact that you are a self boss or you social media, a lot of things come through.
I've gone through depression 2 times.
2 times?
Yeah, 2 times. I think the last time I had a depression was 2019.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know I was suffering from it. But where I went through a depression mostly, it is the one that was such a hit was in 2024.
What happened?
2024, it was that challenging year for me. Yeah. I don't know, but I found out that the whole of social media was on my head. And then this is the same time I was going through a divorce. And this is the same time when I actually had visas that got blocked. We just woke up in the morning and 6 of my companies were blocked. Was a heavy thing to carry.
Nolabanga ebintu bibiri bijjidde kumukumu.
Nalaba ebintu bisatu. Nalaba ofumbo bugenda. At the same time, companies are blocked. There are like 6 licenses, and I have about 50 something people to deal with, and they are sending me messages every morning.
Tutandikire ku bufumbo. Bwe bwagenda bwakuluma.
Omar, there is no relationship that doesn't hurt. Yeah, there is no relationship that doesn't hurt. It hurts, but what I can say is the fact that what do you have to do? At the end of the day, that person was not your brother. I might have issues with my brother, but he's my brother. You know. But I have a belief that if someone left, they've left. That is what it is for them. Although there's some around, no one left. I'm the one who left. So at the end of the day, it's just olaba we feeling here chintu okuva kwe yegwe akyetekamu nti gwa akiriza n'ogamba kati ndi depressed sigenda va mu buliri cause mpulira bubi, you understand. So but the hit of visa issue at the moment from September to around February was such a very big hit for me, you know. It was a time when I felt like I felt lost. I actually went out on my
so no kusalamu ekirimi njagala tusooke point eri y'obufumbo tugigende ku mu details kati because abaana ab'obuwala bangi bafacing ebizibu bingi wa tulina n'enjogera egamba nti abasajja b'e Dubai.
No, I've dated men from London. You know, I have this feeling people telling me, oh...
No, kankubuza ekibuzo kyange. Actually, bannayuganda bangi wano mu Dubai. Naddala abaana b'obuwala balina nnyo kiri abasajja b'e Dubai tebabeera serious, tebawasa, tebasobola kustabilizinga mu bufumbo. Gwe ki ekyaku-inspiring eba ekyakuwa amaanyi ogamba nti nja kusettlinga n'omunnayuganda ono?
Understanding each other. You know, marriage, relationship, it's all about understanding each other. And the vows that this person makes. I love you and this is what I want us to do.
Is it enough?
It is enough for me. It is enough. Look, Omar, my dad used to say, money is a visitor. You understand? Tomorrow, my dad used to make money. He will come to dinner and tomorrow said, you know, smuggling, how it used to be. You get Buvera from Uganda, you take them to Kampala. Tomorrow, he didn't have a penny. And he will tell us the only thing that is going to help you is by studying hard. You study.
Katugo, what convinced you?
Convinced me that what?
Yeah, this is the right person to be with.
I felt at that point, he was right for me. You want us to be together. Me, my heart, you know, is as easy as that. What you tell me is what I take. So if you're lying to me, that is between you and your God, and God is gonna deal with you alone.
When Nefulango
Sikodima, but I let it be. You understand what I'm saying? I let it be. So ate echo kugamambo simanya abasajja ba Dubai nedda. Men are like that. Look, men are just men. You understand? And even women are worse. I have people who have told me about Dubai women, you know. So yes, so it's just a narrative. But I'll tell you something. I've dated people from London. You know, I was saying, but about just this kind of relationships I've thrown them, I've shown them on social media. So someone will judge me. I was seeing someone umanyika tilero ingredients ku YouTube channel yo kanjogere na nge binduma.
Where yabuze?
Ayagala usajja avuka abato. You understand?
Kankubuza shi. Abantu bava kuchogamba nti omuvubuka oyo gwe yali yamwewasiza mbu gwe yateeka mu sente gwe ya sponsoringa nika.
Nekati Umaru. Nika yali yamekeyo. It is just a home-based nika.
It was
just here. It didn't even take like 300 dirham. I mean, it's just cooking rice, you know.
Nenga go yateka musente.
He could have been the one who was done it. But I'm just saying, either me or him, but it's just little, you know.
As long as ways.
And by the way, at that time my boss was actually here. I had money at that moment even. So don't even mention that. But what I'm trying to say is like, at the end of the day, who gives the money, who is not giving the money is not important. How do you know that this guy can become? Do you know how many poor men who have become rich later on?
Nere subitono bwe bazifuna batwefuulira abasajja gwe ashili tomanyi basajja musajja omufuna nga mwavu nazifuna naziganyira malaya be nze baba.
They're also honest men. I've met a few of them.
So kankubuze, would you advise omuwala omuto omulungi okwagala omuvubuka omwavu?
No, you have to date or to marry to your whatever, to your how do they say, to your standard. Yeah. Bobo wala banti ori mkazi like aina mustente funa msajja naye aina sente. You know, your fate shouldn't be my fate. You understand? What you think shouldn't be what I think. I strongly believe in your mukazi. I know kufuna musajja nga solo mulabirira. But if at all God has given you one who cannot look after you, it doesn't mean that one day he can't be special. Me, I have a guy I dated here in Dubai, and he was broke. You understand? Gamwavu. No, I didn't. I wasn't investing. No. That's the mentality. If I'm dating you, Umar, it doesn't mean in citizen kuwa. People are just thinking that. No, Umar, ina sentence though. Wade kumbili bitano. Sezi so. Katino mzewembera nga tuli waka. Nga mfumba mele ne tulia. Mbade bijomba ngera sigena jifumba. Mbade jifumba. You understand? Even religion doesn't refuse that someone who is like a woman who has money doesn't have to, you know. Let's go back to the prophets, you know, for the prophet's life. He was broke when he met Hadija, you understand? But he was a honest man. He made Hadija the most richest woman in Medina. Am I lying? So Kati, it's just about someone's honesty. The guy became very rich later on, you know. He was driving a Mercedes-Benz latest by that time, having an apartment in JVC. And his first money, he gave me 40 million Ugandan money. That's the first time I actually bought a land. That is around 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, he understand. Even during Corona, we weren't together, but you know, someone remembers you. This gentleman paid for me a place in JVC. You know, the 5 JVC? I was staying there for 3 months.
Katika nkubuze Ashiri. Lwaki mu Dubai wano bagamba kizibu nnyo obufumbo okusucceedinga ng'omukazi alina ssente?
Submission. You understand? And also it depends the kind of man you're dating. But abasajja betu dating oba betu beera nabo, they are not at the age of marriage. They still are exposed. They still want to see.
And bagamba ndamu engeri gye mulina ssente mubeera nekiri nsobola okubeerawo without you.
It depends who. Me, I'm different. If I am with you, I'm with you. But what I will say is one. Go obanga osazeho okufumira oganya nange. That means oyina okubuleka byonna byobadde ebiriyo. Kati nze oyina okufocusinga. Neze nina one motto. I don't stay where I'm not respected.
Ate what are you happy?
But
do you respect?
Yes, I do. 100% I give the respect. But if my respect...
Do you fukamira konga oletera omwami we byokulya in your status like Ashiri or Inerinya, you have money, you a self-boss?
Yes, I do that, but it depends. Now look, the setting of my home. There's a table there. Why am I kneeling down? Which I'm going to serve food on the table.
So, Bobo serving omwami what fukamira?
No, I'm not going to kneel down on the table, but I'm going to put food at the table. But if, for example... I'm putting food on the table and I call you honey, come and eat. How am I supposed to... So I'll kneel down.
Kufukamirako making of feeling nga kiri nti nawasa my husband. Nze nkulembere wakawa.
Daba. What's your bad today wano kweno table? Nsolo kujja ne kuwa amazzi nga nfukamira gatata amazzi gagana.
But buli lunaku oba okikola lwalumu. Because nze mba nkyagala buli lunaku nze musajja ewaka. Nyino sajjalata nze nkubuulira.
Ogenda kuwasa mu kyalo nze.
Ne ate nawasa mu kibuga muyenga.
Anyway, you see, respect is not about just kneeling down. You know, respect is built in between, you know. Respect is inside. My father used to talk about respect. Ngagamba he never wanted us to kneel down for him, you know. For him, he believes in respecting kiri chintu just to go chowe believing amu. That you have of kamila na yango ovayo tata o muvuma oba umwe chitiwa. So it's not about kneeling down or anything, but me, I respect someone who I'm dating or I'm with them at that moment.
Anyway, kat chicho memory chijo single kuba naye ya single kunyiza in your previous relationship. No gamba kene ya single kunta myo bufumbo obu.
Kati kankubudire. I'm going to give you a small hadith. Manyize njagala nyo creating an day. When people don't know, I'm so like I have religion in me. So kati one time the prophet was sitting whatever sahaba bichi whatever musajja janasa nebagamba oyo musajja oyo agenda yingira jana. And then they were like kulwachi, why? So one of the sahaba started following this man to know why did the prophet say that this guy is going to enter Jannah. Followed the guy every time, and then later on ngala guy akona bya bulijjo asala late takwata budde like kugamba bitu bitegereka tiningaze sambala bulungi, you understand, but you know sale na mugamba naye prophet agamba ogenda yingira Jannah naye noonyeza byokola ebyanjawulo sibiraba. Then this gentleman said, I don't do anything extra. I'm just me. And I don't keep anything in my heart. I'm not envious about anybody. I wish everybody the best, you know. So this guy goes back to the prophet and tells the prophet, I've been following that gentleman. I see nanamgamba uyo musajja ye tateka bintu ku mutima gwe ekisooka omutima gwe guli open ayagaliza. That is me. I believe in one thing. Sister Walagamba, this is one thing I really hate about my marriage. Look, like I told you, he's not my brother, that's one. So if you've left me, you've left me. I take a kubudide. Me, I relate with all my exes. Asana kubaya na pane visa. Simu ina kubuzuza ni mukazi ya akora business.
Walioka abiyeko because of love.
Yes, many times. Yes, many times.
Ngankulaba ngo mchalo mugumu.
Kali mutu mugumu. It's strength built in between in us. Yeah.
So ka echasembye kukabya cyane.
Echasembye kukabya cyane chi. I found out that someone betrayed me and spoke things to people who hated me.
To the relationship.
Yayogera aina abantu
omusajja yayogera ebyama
wali omuntu kwetwali tuoyomba naye ninga utalo lunene nyoyo bwe ati ye nagenda nayogera nabo ekyanduma nnyo
kibayita nti ebyama by'omunju yabitottola.
Like sort of like
teyafuga mu mwagwe.
Si kufuga mu mwagwe. I think maybe usanga naye you're feeling about that was the safe space to speak to someone, you know. Ngana yamugamba naye nga it wasn't a good thing kubanga yagamba omuntu atenga wabisebe nalindwana nabo
amaziga negakuyitamu.
Yes, I felt bad,
but later working on next day.
Yeah.
Anyway, would you advise omuntu ali Dubai wano mu bufumbo nga muwala akola osobola mu advising ogatta sente ne bawe nti bakole ebyobugagga nga bakola Uganda?
That's a big scam.
What? Atolere mbere bafumbo mwafuuka ki?
Mwami akole bibye, omukyala akole bibye.
Ate muri one family.
Omwami akolere family.
Anti kati bwe mbanze mwami nze ntegeeza
my money is my money. Your money is our money.
Kati bwe tuba bafumbo osobola okumpola sente like okumpa obuyi oba ompola buyi.
Okuwola solo okuwola n'okuwa solo okuwa. Yeah, that's a different thing.
But okola ebyobugagga nga.
But ate that's not just bufumbo. Tulina kwanga tulina omwana. Kati ambuta tafeiza siri bufumbo naye. Wankubira n'asaba sente muwa. Because I know in my life, I have him as plan B. That's the kind of relationship we've built. Ntimurina mo plan B yange. Like even if, you know, one day, I know he will still be there because he knows I'm the mother of his child. Yeah.
So what about mulimu abakazi abamu wane Dubai ngagamba nti the moment I'm your wife, buli kyabugagga kyokola mulina okubaamu amannya gange regardless oba ntaddeko sente oba sitaddeko. Okkiriziganya nakyo?
Omukyala is a rib to a man.
So nyino kussa ku byobugagga byonna byenkola wadde tolese wadde kikumi.
Of course, nega twina chitugata like how we have children or something. Yeah, you have to put me in between.
kati bwe tugenda kumacha ne twawukana nze bwe tugenda kumacha ne twawukana n'ofuna omusajja omulala
Omaro wayawukana ng'olina abaana nange buli kimu ekyo kijja ku baana
anti kati genda eri mu bufumbo obupya obasakire
ngendayo mbasakire ebitya ng'abaana babo
nze gwe wankyawa nga sinnakukyawa
kati kankubulire mu record it's mostly the men who leave women. You know, Ugandan men are so loosey. I can say that they are lousy. Okusajja omuna Uganda so okulaba wali omukazi n'agenda n'amuwomera gwe n'akwirabira. That's the reality of it, and that's the reason why most marriages have refused. It's because when they go there they get excited. Oshitegedde obadde olina Ashley wo ogumidde kitegedde matama biki kakate osanze yo slim.
By the way, oyogedde ku matama kankuze ekibuzo. Most of the girls abave Uganda nga baddugavu bwatuuka ne Dubai afuna idea y'okweyerusa. Wali kirowoozezaako?
No.
Right.
I think I've grown up loving myself the way I am.
I'm proud. So kati kyekibaleetera okubeera nti oli afuna idea y'okweyerusa nga mwali Uganda muddugavu.
Ogenda kyazayo bagundi bali.
Ba Asia.
Olina okushaza kati ng'aba Nash Global akabimu ebyo ebintu ajja kunyumiza ku lwaki yasalawo
anti ajja kugamba nze bwe nali mu buddugavu siina kye naafunayo.
I think Oshimanyi people are using it as business because mwe mwatule kyenkugambye kati imagine gwe Umar obadde n'omukyalo omuddugavu olabe omukyalo omweru. You know what is called brown thighs?
Ntuuka ewaka nga omuddugavu nti njagala mugobola okuba nasanze omweru.
Brown thighs. Abasajja baagala abakazi abakyotala. Nze ndi muva mu family abakyotala. Basajja bajjanga waka ng'olaba alonda mu kyotala. Abaddugavu ne babalekawo. Kati
temwafuna mu kirowoozo kigamba kweyerusa.
Nagamba wange ajja kutya. My mom is Mwarabu. I keep telling people argue a lot. But nze mu family abakyotala ddala. Okitegedde?
Sobera nga kawo n'olya nti oli discriminated.
No, akatate Mombasa nakulira dda Bawarabu. You know, I never felt that because they never gave me that picture. You know, we've grown up all being loved the same, and for them they don't look at color. You know, but of course we have some of our aunties. I go, well, mahosi sana. And as all of them had that mentality. If I come to Dubai, I'm going to bleach and what. And recently, my dad was saying, ulienda Dubai lakini ukuwa mweupe bwe wagera na ete wafuka mweru. I'm like, I can't do that, you know. I think I've grown loving my skin and I love my color, and I think I should think about even creating something like for my skin and what. Yeah, you remember when I told you I have that new project for my skin line? Yeah.
So actually, I think I'm asking you this question for the second time. Lwaki abawala abasinga omungi abajja ku kyeyo wano most of the times baba single mothers? The biggest percentage.
When I go to Uganda, kasitoza omwana. Isi kuba.
N'omusajja akwefulira.
Musajja akwefulira. Abasajja baziwanga abasajja ba Uganda kasitala aba ekirada kibbe. Zine n'okuvuga bwe nalabidde paka kati mpulira obusungu.
Lwaki?
Omuvuka ali awo ina afaanana bubi obuviire bwabufuna butya abadde awunya n'okuwunya ayambadde katesha tisikategedde ne muvuga wali omuwala amukubidde essimu awo n'agamba lwaki onkubira omwana n'agamba simanyi agenda kwetta n'agamba wete kwebuza amagezi wete
omusajja ng'agenda kwettira ki
omwana ng'agenda kwetta kati
omwana ng'agenda kwettira ki
bwa mukyayi ne mugamba ate obukozi muzee na mukyayi alina kyayogedde ne mugamba n'agamba nzina n'omukazi ne mugamba olina omukazi n'agamba nina bataano n'etuna ekivubuka nga tuyita ekivubuka kiga kina abakazi abo
bataano
nga kigenda okungamba ku bed space kyekibeeramu mulimu abawala abo basula bona mu bed space. But why? Really, why?
Kundabika yakyo kiyinza okuba kirina ekyama.
Nze sobola kkiriza omusajja okumumanyira wentyo. Mbwina abakazi look mbwina tusula mu bed space yemu ogenda wali nekwereza message mbona you coming to my bed. God forbid, may it never happen to any of my generation. That is
tokiriziganya nakyo.
Oma
actually katoli musiramu osobola okufumbira omusajja nga alinayo namba emu ng'oli namba bbiri.
Ekyo kiri different nti ose oli musajja olina namba emu oyagala kumpasa namba bbiri ompa Range Rover wali ompa amaka muyenga alhamdulillah
ng'osaba bingi.
Ate kati I'm going to be number 2. My state of emotion, I have to cry in a Range Rover.
sikabira mukakayumba ka mobile money
buka bed space. No way.
Anyway, nga tumaliza session yenu actually oli ku social media
wano chagera ku depression story nyine ngejojibu
no that ujiddeko obo chaji na kadis.
Oh no you are actually talking about depression but there's a way you've changed the whole topic to divorce again.
No, because abantu chebayitamu one abantu bayitam bintu bingi nnyo.
Yeah, but you wanted to know like what can someone do when they are depressed in the UAE. By the way, depression is a serious disease and I've seen people suffering from it, even my friends, you know. But me, what I have done that has really helped me during, because I even came out on my TikTok and I told people that I'm lost, I've lost my spark. So Chinakola, first of all, I went back to God. Miranga, I'm praying so hard, you know. For those people who are with me, they know that I was going through a tough situation. When I went back to reading, you know, so my different type of books, and then I got also help. Na seeking a help, and a fundamental coach help nganyamba. Ne musola de sente stable.
Ku counseling.
Yes, so ku counseling okunga about business we be eganye, try other channels. Wetereze ng'omuntu funa engeri gy'oyogeramu n'abantu, like many other ways of how the person was coaching me, you know. And then nezdamu n'entula wansi ku board about what is my relationship with my child, how can I be able to take her like I just realized maybe my effect might also affect her. Then netandika like making a peace with myself or who I am. Like I wake up and say I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm a very smart woman, I can make it, I can change my business, I can do this, I can make other businesses. Then also Andrew Chamagero. People who have not been watching his YouTube channel, I'm sorry, but I'm going to advertise him for you here. This man is nice. Yes. If you follow, and I've been taking his sessions nowadays. I started his sessions. He's very good. We're going to YouTube. We know about Andrew Chamagero. He tells you about things that no one can tell you the reality. Akubuza ekibuzo n'akugamba kakati bw'waliwo abantu bw'waliwo sente zo bali wakati bakuyambyeko obubizo by'olina ng'olaba ddala ayogera ngamba gwali ku kyeyo oli gwoweerezayo emitwalo 10 buli mwezi kati sawa zino visa ye weddeko akuyambyeko.
By the way, olinayo omuntu gwali oyambyeko n'akwefuulira?
Yes, many
olinayo ali nga ye ku mutima tali kuvaako nga wali tokimusuubiramu
nga like appreciative?
No, nga yakwefuulira nga
they told me I don't keep things in my heart. I don't do that. But I've helped many people, Omar. But I have done more good than harm. Very good in the community. Very many good than harm. But inga woman ebi sounding. Okusinga ebirungi.
So omuntu ali eyo nga ayita mu depression esaawa eno omu advice.
Omuntu ayita mu depression right now nga ali eyo, first of all they need to go back to God. They need to create more time with if they have a family, they need to go back, create a good friendship, family. Then also, I know kunonya passion chijaina. Oba wa gym agende mu gym. Oba nga ayagala nnyo okusoma agende asome. Oba ayagala nnyo okuwandika agende awandike. Anonye ekintu kyawulira mbu kino kyenjagala nnyo mu bulamu bwange. Akole ekyo. You know. And then also they need to seek help. It's very important. Wallahi, just 3 weeks ago I helped a girl to go back home. Depression. Is the Omar depression ya no makwe nempuyanga wano watch
mukawombo kati wateka watch ice
tewali
kati watiri uti
nanywanga amazi wano kana kasane ngijiko chamwe kati oberenga oyine ebizibu byo vize ganye uli mu overstay
esimu evugira ku mugumi
ashiti akutabula omutwe taitana ya visa tajikuwa. Do you know what it feels? Ofuluma wawe n'ugwa masipa.
So oyina robera ka onogamba nti kati nyina bennumye omitwe saawe andabanga nze buzibu bwe mu Dubai.
Of course, like this is business. Sometimes things they are cause like it's out of my control. You understand? But I feel for my clients. I feel nti I know buzibu nenga sina chesoro okola oshitegira ka right now nina abana abalinga 15 weteka ku stampingibwa supply yanga baso sigena ba stamping yanga paka ompade emitwalo ebiri ati wali abana abalanga 10 tebagala sasula ate bano 10 basasude but getting affected you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is out of my control nange sizina 20,000 uri agama cancelinga onagaba kati uchitegera chengamba but you feel their pain but at the moment you can't do anything as a person ochitegera kubanga wali ate aba blocking the system tebagala sasula ate wali abasasude so it's business at the end of the day and what I've learned zomanyi kale nawiranga binyo when someone talked about me before but I reached a point nimbivako kubanga tangi yanga but then I was like I don't know but I always talk about my dad. I think he's the best example I've ever had.
Sure.
Yangamba we were talking about I called him and at that time barista timonga kubienyo and I called him crying and then nangamba if we are talking about you, there's something you're doing that is extraordinary. That's number one. I mean, I don't want to know that people are doing visas and are doing mistakes, but I'm not sure you're the only person doing a mistake. But why you it? Because maybe you have set a very good example out there. Nanga anechidala. Do you know Coca-Cola? I'm like, yes, Nangamba. Have you ever checked Coca-Cola reviews over the years? Umar, where you get the Coca-Cola? Why don't you
Baba Vuma.
Allahu Akbar. Genda ku YouTube okibere reviews za Coca-Cola.
Chokate nga tumunywa na atuwomera.
Omar bwogedde Coca-Cola. Genda gora benze na video nyemanyi ya Coca-Cola ina 2 million views.
Nga byonna bivumo.
It makes my stomach bloating. Coca-Cola is saying no Allah no good. Mani kana kagambo Coca-Cola. It's saying no Allah no Muhammad. Coca-Cola, even Ronaldo said it's not. You can Ronaldo where akwata Coca-Cola na ajijako na deka kwa amazi.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola lost billions with the reviews about it.
But it's still a just standing.
You even have more questions to ask me.
Anyway, so ngakumaliza Ashiri, you are a student of social media. What has been your biggest war on social media? Era waruhando ngotya.
My biggest war on social media was
about your biggest attack.
My biggest attack on social media was when the whole big boys attacked me, yo. I can't even sit down and laugh about it. My friend Zach Maya and Barista Timo, you know.
The Good Life.
Yeah, the Good Life crew, the standard boys, big boys of Dubai. Yo, they attacked me. Yo.
Visit the information ya kusanga because
That
blow
no.
When yeah, social media kutwe muliro live.
Mwana yanatira ko comment na gamba yono mkazi I know mutima wabego tunonya kati na walio ka video barista kiakola kakasemba yo hapo. Na gamba isikazi chibi.
Kati watu walio run sesomero lya barista team.
That's not true. That's not true. I've never had those intentions.
So katulachi ya interpreting abwacho because na finding akasera akazibu that time oli mukwano gwange zaka mukwano gwange netimo mukwano gwange
wate wakola kirungi wala bale miterisa community je tulimo ntono nnyo kibora nze abantu bankubira amasimu ni bangamba tukole tutya you know bakwa mkatinga sula yankubira ngamba Ashley okoze otya nibaga I'm not going to say anything you know
that was the best idea.
I'm not going to say anything because ulabaye nze umalero olabye feiza okitegeera akulabenga anko wadde gwoto kirabye you understand enche wofuluma n'onjogera ku umaru gwe wekubya amagi you understand
kale yajja ne waffe n'ajja na mwana amazzi
you understand
yeah
omwana wo umaru ajja kumitinga omwana wange lumu I should remember that so I created that gap on things and I used to deko mwana wa Zach you understand and I was there like an auntie so I feel like me coming out to talk about him is not it's not
kati nayenga era mwatulanga ne mchala Zaka ne muogera ko ngayo kyagambi
no Sita was my friend Oshtaba and she's my friend still situlanga kole too but like other women we are born to do lugambo sijja kulimba
abakazi bakolamu ye
abakazi bakola olugambo
nomugaba wange nakomawo late no wange yasuzeeyo
kati tukoze tutya kakana you understand that's normal
but in a good way.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
I would never interfere between Cynthia and Vibes' marriage. Actually, I was one of the people who wanted them together, and he knows and she knows properly. Try better. Because I looked at their couple, and you know, me having that I have the fact that I have a child. I've seen that. I've passed through it. I take as just like what Vibes, he didn't understand my perception. In the that is still a corner we are to have him before. In the name of Sanga, I go in Mustaja Mufumbo. Going up your collar. Sister, I can negama mukazibo.
Uae Nemize Emibi Minji.
Sister, I can negama mukazibo.
The Sikuma Biama.
Unless, unless that I chimo gamba to remove TikTok live, unless singa bow mulabe no mukazinga in a sirimu. It is ndi assured nti amwina ogenda afanga gamba mwana ate sigera gamba na sit I'm gonna tell it to you your face. What you're doing is not right. This you should get gamba, but I wouldn't even interfere. But you know that drama was in between cast promoter kasi tagala just kuza sura sente zange kati nateka mwe bigambo you know with Vibes. Me, I never had any issue with Vibes, and I've always
but I think now Muri okay, yeah?
Okay, I've always liked him as a brother.
He's a chairman community ya Dubai, you know.
Yeah, I've always liked him as a
brother. Ate mwababiri mu Dubai wa mukola kinene nnyo.
Me, I've always liked him as a brother. So mina ko buzibwa take ati ye barista just yeah. It's just like umanyi bandu wago ni bamuga. Shitegera nenga sifuna gako.
Nene Timo na etakuma ku mutima.
Etakuma ku mutima.
Era bomugamba nti kati no Timo. Timo ali royo. If he's your friend, nomga nafunye obuzibu nono tasoka kubuza cheche abaddewo.
Ayingirawo.
Same like nga muganda wafunye obuzibu ne intruder. Ojo kuba bukubye bisigadde obibuza.
Yeah, but we made peace and we're good. Next, Timo nasoka ne munyigira kwa katini. I was angry, you know. And then we actually met at Miss Uganda, you know, Miss Uganda UAE, and we made peace. Sibayina ko obuzibu. To community yemu. And at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. I need them, you know. They need me too. So when Tionaenga, that was a very big hit. Yandaga konti
yakusanyalaza
nari today what yeah
muntebe yeno ne yafunda
ngamba like nari today what niwanga aneda stable tula bulungi tuyagamba njakukuba aina yagamba njamukuba paka isimu not beating yagamba like I'll hit her on social media until she will understand that we can do that for her. And I answered back as like, I'm not scared. I am not scared. Like, I am ready for this. Go ahead and do what you want. Yeah. But I'm glad I got the best wisdom. I kept quiet. That is the local gera. Narinja coach. Narinja kola era. You understand what I'm saying? Narinja kola era. Imagine if I spoke that time. Yeah, and I would be ashamed of myself. You know. So sometimes it's better to keep quiet because you limit yourself. Me, I'm a businesswoman. Timo doesn't have anything to lose.
True. By the way, ngatumaliriza. Mkulaba nnyo mu videos ne Aviator. How would you describe Aviator? Like ngatali wongo mu describing lo muntu.
An amazing good person. Very well brought up, respectfully, you know. Honest, very intentional, you know. Avi is just it's just like me. By the way, Avi is not just my friend. He's like a brother I never had. Yeah, so he's this person I would call Nemugamba. Can you speak to Faiza about this? I can't speak to
Faiza now akulemi.
Yes.
Nomkwasa Viera.
Nemkwasa nemugayo gera naye nayo namukubira na mugamba what you doing is
right.
Right.
Nomkwasa uncle with Timo.
By the way, they were friends.
Yeah, baya ukana.
Oh, Faiza and Timo.
Yeah.
You need to call Faiza on a video and ask. The last time I checked, Timo was saying, Faiza, where's our video? And Faiza's like, no. And I told Timo, no, Faiza's just grown up now. When your mother can start and go food out, something like that.
By the way, Nichu, he was your good friend.
He's still my good friend.
How is he?
He's in Kampala, but you know, when someone is far, communication is not good.
Talidam Dubai.
I think so. He settled down to do
kiri kyebagamba nti omuntu bw'ava ku kyeyo wano abantu ab'omu Dubai temuddamu wadde omuwuliza
mukwano nze nina n'emikono gyange emirala gye sitawuliriza at this moment bintu tulina bingi byokola, you know, so like you just, not that you forget it, but once in a while, hi, how you doing, you know, something like that. Yeah.
Anyway, kati actually yachero subira chivaako ddi?
I really wanted to leave next coming year.
Yeah? Otulekere Dubai.
Njagala genda tandika mpola politics 2032 nesimbeyo.
Kati waliwo abagamba agenda nga mubanja visa yange.
Next year chaliyo.
Hey. Oyagala ogende wesimbe.
Next year yeah. Njagala genda next year, end of next year.
Bonobo ogenda n'otusiibula.
Njakola yoka video akalungi mbasi.
No, not video. Like when you have to call us in a gathering.
Yeah, I would love to. I was planning actually. I want to do a very big party.
Yeah. Because abantu be Dubai wano tukubeereddewo. Now tubeereddewo. We passed through
10 years of Ashley. Mbayite mwena.
Nga tusasula oba.
Abwerere.
Okuyingira. Nga otufumbidde ne tulya.
Bafumbidde njafuna ekifo ekirungi. Mbaga yamnage. Mwebale kumbererawo.
So mu Dubai eweze myaka 10
guno mwaka ndi myaka 10 kati.
Ntambudde ebbanga. So kati odde Uganda obadde ku kyeyo ekirala?
Bali njaga kudda Uganda.
Si ku kyeyo ekirala?
Just ngenda Uganda mbereyo for like maybe 1 year then ngende somewhere else.
Otandika ekyeyo ekipya?
Si kyeyo.
Retirement
policy.
Anyway, olinayo akatalekeka?
Akaterekeka. Well, I just want to say it's been amazing talking to you. I feel like I've removed somebody in my heart.
Tuyambye nnyo kubanga obadde omisinga ku channel yaffe. It's been a while. Twakyazako ku actually I think like 3 years back, right? Yeah. So tuzemu netukolaki. Lero tuzemu okusinkana.
So I'm so glad I'm here and I love to tell Ugandans living in the UAE bagala nnyo.
Then to ba customer ba Ashley Tours and Travel.
Bagala nnyo ba customer ba Ashley Tours and Travel banake. I don't even know what I would do without you guys.
Sure.
Olusi nsobya.
Like even other businesses.
Olusi nsobya business genda up and about, but I'm with you and I'm willing to change. I'm willing to learn and I'm willing to be corrected. I stand to be corrected and I'm so sure. Inshallah.
Anyway, tetujja sukawa olunaku olwaleero olwakadde because abantu betuweereza olusi bali mu biyumba. Alina okunaaza ebigatto bya baba, alina ogolola ekanzu. So video bwe wanvu ennyo omaliriza omusudde mu buzibu. So tetujja sukawa olunaku olwaleero mbeebaza nnyo yonna gye musinzira okubeera nga mutulaba. Naddala mmwe abatandise naffe mpozi n'omupya nga gwe mulundi gw'okusoose okulaba channel yaffe nja kusaba obeere nga osubscribinga. Mbadde ne Ashley Tours and Travel nange nga bulijjo nze Umaru Katumba UG Mike Media kwensinzira okubeera nga nkuweereza mbeere bulungi mweraba.